Be Wealthy and Smart, episode 215.
Step into a world of wealth and financial freedom without budgets, boredom, or bosses on Be Wealthy and Smart. And now, here's your host, Linda P. Jones.
Welcome to Be Wealthy and Smart. I'm Linda P. Jones, America's Wealth Mentor, empowering women and men worldwide to financial freedom. On today's show, you're going to learn which companies have been paying rising dividends for 25 straight years. That's a long time, and a lot of people right now are looking for some sort of a substitute for what to do with that asset allocation, that bond portion of your portfolio, because bonds, well, they're just not paying very much in interest right now. For example, a one-year Treasury bill is paying 0.88% interest. Not going to help you much in your portfolio. And even a 10-year Treasury is only paying 2.4%. So with interest rates so low, what can you do? Where can you look for some kind of an alternative? And that's what this podcast is about. You may also want to look at corporate bonds as a potential alternative too, because corporate bonds have nice yields. They can be from companies that are very stable and reliable. I would just recommend that you stay away from junk bonds, which are low-quality corporate bonds, bonds that have lower ratings. You want to stay away from that. I would stay toward the quality, less risk of default, and you want to stay with high-quality corporations. So you can look at corporate bonds, or you can look at some dividend-paying stocks, which we're going to talk about today, as a way to maybe get that yield in your portfolio, the income portion of your portfolio, up to around hopefully 3-4%, maybe even better. So this is actually a report from Investors Business Daily. It's the S&P 500 Dividend Aristocrats Index. And it's called that because these companies have rising dividends for 25 straight years. That's not an easy feat. That means that they are generating extra cash that they can afford to pay out to shareholders in the form of a dividend. What that means is that the company isn't reinvesting that money back into their own growth. It means that they're probably a larger, more established, mature company who isn't necessarily growing so fast. Maybe they're growing a little bit slower, but steadier, and they can afford to increase their dividend every year. What a nice thing for you as a shareholder. You can buy this index as a group if you want, or you can look at cherry picking out some companies with higher dividends and putting them in your portfolio. So it's always good to have more diversification. And so I would recommend if you could use the entire index, that would be a great idea. If not, then maybe there's some companies in here that might make some sense in your portfolio. You always want to talk with your financial advisor about what kind of strategy that would be and if that fits with your overall strategy. Some people are looking for just new ideas on what are some higher paying investments. So I'm going to share that with you today. I'm also going to post this report, pictures of the actual report from the paper, in my website show notes. So you can go to lindapjones.com and find these in print. If you're out for a walk or you're working out or you're driving in the car, you may not be able to take notes right now. So you can go to my website at lindapjones.com and get all of these companies. So number one is HCP, which is symbol HCP. The yield is 4.9% and the dividend growth rate is 3%. AT&T, symbol T, is paying a dividend of 4.8% and has a dividend growth rate of 2%. ABVIE, symbol ABBV. Yield is 4.3% and the dividend growth rate is 14%. Then Consolidated Edison, symbol ED. The yield is 3.8% and dividend growth rate is 2%. Chevron, symbol CVX. Yield is 3.8% and its dividend is growing at 7%. Coca-Cola, symbol KO. Yield 3.4% and its dividend growth rate is 9%. All right, those are our first 6 companies. We're 1/3 of the way through, so here we go with the next 6. ExxonMobil, symbol XOM, is yielding 3.4% and its dividend is growing at 10%. Emerson Electric, symbol EMR, yield 3.3% and it's growing its dividend at 6%. Kimberly-Clark, symbol KMB, yield 3.2%, dividend growth 6%. Procter & Gamble, symbol PG, yield 3.2%, dividend growth rate 6%. McDonald's, MCD, yield 3.1%, dividend growth rate 7%. Target, symbol TGT, yield 3.1%, dividend growth rate 23%. Wow. All right, our last 6 are VF Corporation, symbol VFC, yield 2.9%, dividend growth rate 20%. PepsiCo, symbol PEP, yield 2.9%, dividend growth rate is 9%. Johnson & Johnson, symbol JNJ, yield 2.9%, dividend growth rate 7%. Walmart Stores, symbol WMT, yield 2.8%, growth rate of its dividend is 9%. Clorox, symbol CLX, yield 2.8%, and its dividend is growing at 7%. And finally, T. Rowe Price, symbol TROW, yield is 2.7%, and it's growing its dividend at 16%. So we see the fastest dividend growth rate with Target, and secondly with VF Corporation, Target at 23% dividend growth rate, VF Corporation at 20% growth rate, and thirdly T. Rowe Price at 16% growth rate. But we see the highest yield with HCP at 4.9%, AT&T at 4.8%, and AbbVie at 4.3%, being the 3 over 4% yield. So you do have lots of choices there, different things you can look at and perhaps discuss with your financial advisor. I think that the stocks might be interesting additions to your portfolio, or again, you might try to add the entire Dividend Aristocrats index to a portfolio. So just some thoughts for you, some creativity there on yield. Again, it's very difficult with this interest rate environment that's rising and providing a headwind, which is going to cause bonds to decline in value as rates go up. I'm trying to give you some other ideas of things you can do to supplement that interest income, etc. portion of your portfolio. And you could do that with dividends, perhaps. So I hope that gave you some good ideas and some thinking outside the box, or something you might not have thought of. And you can, again, go to my website at lindapjones.com, get these all in print, or you can also go there and get my 11 quick financial tips to boost your wealth. These are 11 quick things you can do to get your wealth moving in the right direction today. That's all for today. Until next time, live the good life and be wealthy and smart.
Thank you for listening to Be Wealthy and Smart with Linda P. Jones. Share the wealth and tell your family and friends about the show. Check out our website, blog, and social media for more riches at www.bewealthyandsmart.com.